Let me ask you something straight up. How much of your energy in the past year was spent trying to prove yourself to people who don't even know your worth? How much of your potential was wasted trying to explain, justify, defend, or impress? 2025 is not the year to explain yourself. It's the year to elevate yourself. This is the time to focus inward, to lock in, and to let your results make the noise. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. Silence is power. The loudest voice in the room is rarely the strongest, it's often the most insecure. Real power, it moves in silence, it builds in the dark. Now listen closely, you don't owe anyone an explanation for working on yourself. You don't need applause for every little step forward. You don't need validation from your friends, your followers, your coworkers. What you need is alignment. You need clarity about where you're going and ruthless discipline to get there. You see, in a world that's addicted to attention, the most rebellious act is not screaming louder, it's going quiet. It's working behind the scenes, it's building without announcing, it's becoming so undeniable that even your silence commands respect. This year, stop giving everyone front row access to your life. Not everyone deserves a seat, not everyone is rooting for you, and that's okay. That's part of the process. While they gossip, you grow. While they compare, you create. While they scroll, you study. And while they wait for the next distraction, you become the next evolution of who you were born to be. This isn't about ego. This is about self-respect. This is about knowing that your peace is priceless and you're not trading it for noise. It's about realizing that your time is sacred and you're not wasting it explaining things to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. So in 2025, keep your head down and your standards high. Focus on your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health like your life depends on it because it does. Turn your phone off more, talk less. Listen more, build in silence, train in silence, heal in silence, and when you emerge, don't explain a damn thing. Let them wonder, let your life be the proof. Now go, lock in, focus, and rise. In a time where everyone is shouting to be seen and heard, choosing to remain silent may seem counterintuitive, but it's actually one of the most powerful decisions you can make. Silence isn't weakness. It's not passivity. It's not avoidance. Silence, when used intentionally, is a sign of strength, discipline, and confidence. It shows that you don't need external noise to validate your internal growth. When you understand your worth, you don't feel the need to explain or defend it. You don't chase approval or applause. You stop performing for an audience that doesn't even understand your journey. Instead, you channel your energy inward. You get quiet not because you have nothing to say, but because you're finally choosing to say it with your actions. Think about it. The people who are truly making moves, who are building something real, who are focused on transformation, they're not broadcasting every step. They're not seeking permission or feedback from the world. They're busy doing the work. They're deep in the process, not trying to prove that they're in it. That's the difference between chasing attention and commanding respect. The former screams, the latter whispers, and in 2025, that whisper is where your power lies. Silence gives you space to listen to yourself, your instincts, your higher purpose. It allows clarity to rise above the noise of the world. When you stop reacting to everything around you, you begin responding to what's within you. You start seeing who and what really deserves your energy. You learn to observe more and speak less. That's not being passive, that's being strategic. You begin to recognize that every moment spent explaining yourself is a moment taken away from building yourself. Every argument you walk away from, every pointless conversation you avoid, every time you choose peace over being right, you are sharpening your focus and preserving your power. Most people think silence means being invisible, but it actually means becoming undeniable. You're not hiding, you're preparing, you're not disappearing, you're evolving, and when the time comes, your results will speak volumes. Your transformation will speak louder than any status update, any explanation, or any defense. That's the beauty of silence. It builds anticipation, it creates impact, it demands respect without asking for it. So don't be afraid to go quiet in a world that can't stop talking. That silence, it's your training ground, it's your sanctuary, it's the space where you shed your old self and build the new one. It's where your power takes root. And when it's time for the world to see who you've become, you won't have to say a word. They'll feel it, they'll see it, and they'll know. Something real was happening in that silence. Focusing on inner growth and self-mastery is not just a trend, it's a necessity in 2025. With distractions at every corner and the pressure to keep up with everyone else's highlight reel, the only way to truly thrive is to turn your attention inward. Growth that lasts doesn't come from the outside world. It doesn't come from likes, followers, or applause. It comes from doing the hard, uncomfortable work when no one's watching. It's about asking yourself the difficult questions. Who am I? What do I really want? What am I tolerating in my life that's keeping me small? When you stop living by the standards and expectations of others and start aligning your daily actions with your own truth, that's when transformation begins. Self-mastery is about taking ownership, radical, complete ownership of your mindset, your habits, your energy, and your time. You realize that no one is coming to save you, and that's not a depressing thought, it's empowering. It means you get to shape your own reality. It means you're not waiting on perfect conditions or permission. You become the creator instead of the reactor, and that shift alone will change the course of your entire life. When you focus inward, you stop blaming the world for your pain and start finding the lessons in it. You stop pointing fingers and start building calluses. You stop avoiding growth and start leaning into it, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. In 2025, inner work is your secret weapon. You want peace? Start healing the parts of you that are still triggered by small things. You want clarity? Start removing the noise, both digital and emotional, that's clouding your judgment. You want confidence? Start keeping the promises you make to yourself. It's not about reading another book or watching another motivational video. It's about applying what you already know. It's about doing the boring stuff consistently, waking up early, moving your body, feeding your mind, speaking with integrity, following through even when no one's clapping for you. That's the real growth. That's where self-respect is built. Inner focus also means protecting your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. You can't afford to give your mental bandwidth to people and problems that don't align with your future. Every time you let someone else's opinion dictate your direction, you dilute your power. Every time you let guilt or fear stop you from making a bold move, you delay your destiny. But when you're focused inward, you start moving differently. You stop negotiating your standards. You raise the bar not just for others, but for yourself. 2025 isn't the year for shallow goals. It's the year for deep alignment. It's the year you stop being interested in change and become committed to it. It's the year you go beyond surface-level success and step into a level of self-awareness and self-control that makes you unstoppable. Focus inward, build from within, because when your inner world is strong, nothing in the outer world can shake you. Protecting your energy and space is one of the most vital acts of self-respect you can practice in 2025. We live in a world that constantly demands access to you, your time, your thoughts, your emotions, your attention. Every notification, every opinion, every expectation placed on you pulls a little more of your power away. But here's the truth. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Not everyone should be allowed into your mental and emotional space. Your peace, your focus, your goals, they are sacred. And when you begin to treat them that way, your life starts to change in ways you never imagined. This isn't about cutting everyone off or becoming cold and distant. It's about being intentional. It's about realizing that your time is a non-renewable resource and your energy is not infinite. You cannot continue giving yourself away to people who drain you, conversations that don't grow you, or situations that distract you from your path. You have to learn the power of saying no without guilt. You have to understand that setting boundaries is not selfish, it's essential. It's how you protect the space where your dreams are being built. Too often, we fall into the trap of over-explaining, oversharing, and overcommitting, all in an attempt to be liked, understood, or accepted. But none of that leads to true fulfillment. It only leads to exhaustion. Real alignment comes when you stop performing and start preserving. When you stop managing everyone else's feelings and start honoring your own values. And yes, some people will be uncomfortable with that. But that discomfort is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to your growth, your peace, and your purpose. When you protect your energy, you start to notice how much noise you were tolerating. The gossip, the negativity, the comparison, the mindless scrolling, it all starts to feel heavy. That's because it is. And once you feel what it's like to live with clarity and calm, you'll never want to go back. You'll find strength in solitude. You'll find purpose in the quiet. You'll realize that productivity doesn't always look like being busy. It often looks like being unavailable to distractions. And here's the powerful part. When you start protecting your energy, your entire vibration shifts. You start attracting different people. You start making better decisions. You start moving with more confidence and less doubt. Your life begins to reflect your values, not your fears. You stop explaining yourself because your focus becomes your explanation. Your results speak for you. Your peace speaks for you. Your presence becomes more impactful because it's no longer scattered, it's concentrated. In 2025, choose to protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Not everyone gets access. Not every invitation deserves a yes. Not every conversation needs a response. Preserve your space, guard your focus, and watch how far you rise when you stop letting the wrong things drain what's right inside you.